What is happening with the energies in October? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Miya, here on Mostly in the Moment for another energy update. I wanted to just do a quick energy update because as I was writing down the portal dates on my calendar, I realized that we have like a 10-day portal at the end of October, and we have some pretty significant events with Pluto stationing direct, and then we had the solar eclipse earlier this month. So this is a pretty energy heavy month, and we kind of already knew that. But I just wanted to do a quick card pull for each of the main energies to see what it would be like for us. All right, so I'm going to start with the energy that already passed, the eclipse energy, but how that relates to what's coming up. Because eclipse season just ended. Okay, finishing off the energy is what I'm getting. Okay, a couple cards came out. Exploration, Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles, practicality. All right, so I feel like folks have kind of taken their time to explore what works for them practically, in what ways. Solid foundation, success with efforts. And then like the March card came up. So I feel like whatever you've been kind of working on for this entire year, and probably for the past like few years, kind of transitioning from where your life was before and where it's going now with Pluto going into Aquarius, just kind of how to practically get yourself to a place you want to be in life. Like you kind of figured out what you want to do in life, and you kind of figured out what steps you need to take, what practical steps. You did a lot of research. Maybe it's a location, the kind of relationship that you want. You went on dates. You did some inner work, some healing work, what kind of diet that you want for your future, what kind of lifestyle, what you want to see every day as your daily work. So you kind of figured out the ins and out of how to bring forth your 5D life, or this new chapter in your life, which is going to be completely different from the life that you've been living. So in the past few years, you might have been taking active steps into how you're going to live this new life. It might have been kind of felt crazy for you sometimes. Sometimes, like, if you're feeling very confident, like, yeah, this is the only way to live. I have one life to live. Like, you got to make the most of this one life, this one identity that you only get this identity once, and you're going to do with it as much as you can. And when else are you going to do it but now? So you probably had a lot of push and confidence to move forward in this new life, but then had a lot of feelings of like drawing back of like, okay, but like these things worked and these things didn't. Like the practical experience that I had in this 3D life taught me what works and what doesn't work for me. So I have to do something with that information. So you did a lot of research. You did a lot of tests and trials, like you tried this kind of food, didn't really work. This kind of food that your ancestors ate. But this is the kind of food that's like that's local and grows around you, but your body can't handle this kind of food, but your body seems to like this kind of diet. Like you're kind of testing things out, and not just in diet, but everything in life, with relationships, with people, what kind of work you like doing, what kind of area you kind of like living in, what kind of home you like to have, what kind of daily schedule you like to keep up, what kind of role you like to play in different relationships in your own home, in your own workplace, in your love relationships, in your family relationships, your friendships. Like it's just everything has been kind of worked on. And in the last couple of years specifically, you might have made a lot of more bolder choices in moving forward. It's like time to wrap it up. It's time to actually do the thing we want to do. It's time to actually try these things out. So if you wanted love, you dated harder. You looked for people in places that work for you, rather than guessing, because you already done the guesswork. You already done the research. You already tried things out, tested things out. Now it's time to implement the things that did work, implement the things that you know you want to do, and step into this life that you can finally live rather than just thinking and planning about it. All right, so that's going to be the first energy that we looked at. And then, Jupiter went retrograde, but I kind of want to look into Pluto going direct. That's like kind of the more main energy here that we're all excited about in October. Let's see what that energy is about. Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, 2 cards again. Okay, the Fool card came up in hand. Take the leap. And 7 of Gems, the 7 of Pentacles, achievement. All right, so I'm getting that an opportunity comes to you that you've always kind of wanted, or it's a kind of like an indication. It's kind of like a step in the direction that you've always wanted. This might be new love coming in. It might be a work opportunity, but not just like work, like career making opportunity or field line of work that you've always wanted to get into, or an opportunity that you just wanted to get your foot in the door. That kind of work opportunity. An opportunity to be with like-minded folks if you've been very isolated, if you've been kind of feeling like there's no one you can really speak to, or people don't get you, not your friends, not your family, not people you work with, not the people around you, like finding people that you can really, really connect with on a soul level. You can also I do feel like this it involves a person or people coming in, because I do feel like this opportunity comes to you and it comes through a person with the page here. And the Page of Cups, I feel like it's like a step in the direction that you're hoping to go in. So it's either in work, it's either in like a relationship, or it's in like a lifestyle you've always wanted to live. So it's like a step into that world, into that direction. And once this comes in, you're gonna feel like, oh, this is the opportunity I've been waiting for. This is the one I know that I need to take action in. This is the one. You're going to feel it very intuitively, like this is what you've been working on. 7 of Pentacles, like you've finally got your foot in the door. You finally got to take a step in the direction of your dreams, or you finally get to meet the person or the people that you know are going to be in your life because their souls are tied to yours. Like, like really, really strong sense of like accomplishment and achievement for your hard work in the past. And it's not just like a little bit accomplishment. It's not just something you did in the past year or two. It's something you've done in the past decades worth of work, So that's why you're getting this opportunity now. It's a very, very big one. This doesn't happen often in life. This is a very, very auspicious, rare opportunity. And that's why you're going to feel it in your bones. You're going to feel it in your chakras, down in your energy, your soul, that this is the right direction for you to go in. And it's just like the first initial steps. So you're a little bit excited. There's a little ways to go. You're in the 7. You still have the 8, 9, and 10. But this is the first step in the door. And you know what you can do with this opportunity. You've been waiting for an opportunity like this. Like, with your foot in the door, even if you're in the mailroom of this awesome company you want to work at, this is it. This is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Okay, let's see if we can get clear. Excitement. Oh yeah, I definitely feel that excitement. That's good. Okay, wind chimes, peace and harmony. Yeah, it's so funny. Like the two are so juxtaposed to each other. Like, okay, so we got the firecrackers. So exciting. Yes, light worker, you get this beautiful, wonderful opportunity that you've been working so hard behind the scenes in for so long. And this opportunity so mirrors all the hard work you've put in. But wind chimes, peace and harmony, it's finally get this peace. And it's like, just because you have a peace doesn't mean you don't have excitement, that you're excited to work every day, that you to work on this relationship, work with these people, work in this kind of work, live this kind of life, whatever it is. It's just it's peace, because it's something that resonates with you so deeply, and you're a rare, beautiful soul yourself. light worker that's watching this reading, because it's tough to keep a 5D mentality and keep it going in a very 3D world. You know, there's so many of us that keep our minds on the higher perspective, on the things that are authentic to us, that we want, that's good for us and humanity and those around us, for all involved. It's tough when there's a lot of people who are negative thinking and can't get themselves out of it, because look at the world. That's the manifestation of all of our thoughts, you know? And so it's tough when you're kind of fighting these negative thoughts of the collective every day with your high frequency thoughts. You're one of those folks. You're a light worker. You're one of those folks connected to other light workers through this light grid that keeps humanity at peace, that keeps the world at peace, that works with nature, that works with source energy, the supreme creator. Like, we're the supreme creator, and we're working with the highest frequencies, and higher frequency energies and emotions and thoughts are exponentially more powerful than negative energies. So look, with the amount of people who are thinking negatively, but just the enough amount of people who are thinking high frequency energies every day, keeping this world as at peace and beautiful, working with nature and harmonious. So imagine what your reality would be like if you were working with an environment and more people and more work and more things and more opportunities that were on your frequency. How much peace would it create? How much harmony? Not only that, but also a lot of excitement. You know, the excitement doesn't go away just because you start receiving more abundance and receiving more opportunities and getting to work on the things that you've been finally wanting to work on. That excitement just builds. It's just there more often. You just feel it more often because you're not feeling the negative energies or negative emotions or negative environmental influences anymore. So that's why there's more peace and excitement. All right, so that's the second energy that we looked at. Pluto going into going direct. Okay, so then we have Scorpio season starting and the 10 portal days. And this is around the time of year when the veil is the thinnest and you're able to connect with energies on the other side more easier. Interdimensional energies, crossover loved ones, the ancestors, nature spirits. It's so much easier to connect with other energetic planes at this time. And so the fact that there's a portal here, it's interesting because I predicted in the monthly energy forecast for this month that people might be seeing something paranormal this month. And it's like kicking off for especially highly spiritual folks who are already very intuitive and have been practicing and working with their intuition for quite a while now. It's like kicking off the heightening of your intuition, because at this time we've discussed that going from 3D to 5D, the way showers, the light workers, the starseeds, whatever you want to call yourself, are increasing their psychic abilities, their intuition yet again. So this is, I'm getting it's like a kickoff for that. All right, so let's look at this third energy, which is these portal days. And it's just interesting because we have like a lot of other astrological events going on. There's like a grand water trine. I think there's an earth trine here somewhere too, a mystical triangle. There's like a grand cardinal cross during the full moon. I should look at the full moon energy, huh? We'll look at that last. I want to look into the portal days first. Okay. So we see that there's kind of a combining intuition, success, wish granted. I'm getting the assimilation is complete. So I feel like your body has been worked on very very much this whole year. You might have felt more fatigued. There's a lot of solar flares, very important, high class, strong, potent solar flares and frequent ones this year. A lot of things that happened with Pluto, as we can see here, from January all the way till November this year. So there's a lot of big energies that have been happening this year. It's a year 8, which denotes a lot of big changes and karma, and also with a lot of money and things involved. It's just a very powerful year of change and very strong energies. So your body might have been taking it. You might have been feeling it, like, my body's tired. You might have been asked to kind of eat healthier, change up your diet, work out more, work out differently. You might have traveled a lot. You might have kind of anchored your light you might have been guided to anchor your light in a lot of different locations. I'm like, is it people too? Like, no, specifically land. So you might have been guided to anchor your light in different parts of the land. A lot of spiritual growth for a lot of people. But it might have not seemed like it, but there was a lot of spiritual growth as well. And just a lot of body changes in your energetic body, but you might have not noticed it as much because it's energetic and we're used to kind of only noticing changes if it's physical. But you might have had a lot of physical changes too to your body, gaining weight, losing weight, different aches and pains that you never really felt before, aches and pains from the past that have maybe come up again as you're clearing this karma, clearing these cycles out, exiting these cycles. Those pains come up again. I'm getting releasing a lot of energy, making space, feeling the void energy, that in-between energy. It's like, when you're in a transitional phase and you release energy, but you haven't yet brought in the new energy, you're kind of in that void, that energy as well. Just a lot of things. Your spiritual body and your physical body might have reflected the amount of changes your energetic body has been going through. Your visions have become brighter and bigger. You might have remembered a lot of visions you've had in the past. They might have been kind of clicking and coming together and connecting as we enter this new 5D energy. You might be kind of realizing that some of the visions you had maybe a long time ago, but even recently in the past years or months, might be coming back to you for you to kind of reflect on. The lovers, okay, duality. And King of Cups, and came out in reverse, intellect. Okay, so what I've gotten, and I've been receiving these messages in the recent energy readings I've been doing, is that you're getting access to information. So this could be the Akashic records, this could be ancestral knowledge, this could be past life knowledge, wisdom, skills. Skills is a big one, because imagine if you can turn on some skills that you have from past lives. A lot of folks, a lot of light workers are claiming to have a lot of skills just come out of nowhere, or turn on stronger at this time, which makes sense with the increase in intuition. So as your energy kind of increases, your connection to spirit, your soul, your higher self, and to source energy also increases. So you're able to bring in more information. So that's another reason why people are becoming more psychic. Like they're going to be able to pick up on things. Like if some people are going to be able to access the Akashic record more. So when they see someone, when they bump into someone, they get their information. They can see their past lives, or they can see like, you know, where their estranged family lives now, or what kind of karmic lessons they have in this lifetime, or what they want to work out, or what they're driven by, or who they're more compatible with. So you're going to see people who come out as like matchmakers, people who, you know, have a business of finding lost loved ones, finding out people's ancestral past, if there's any curses or any like repeating lessons in that family line. People who uncover that they have a real wide knowledge base of herbs or any other medicinal plants and fungi. Just having like a knack for doing psychotherapy, or other unconventional or more esoteric methods of therapy, or coaching, guiding, counseling, healing. Yeah, and some people are just gonna have like the conventional like mind reading, emotion feeling, like empathic abilities, but it's not going to be like how people think. Like you're not going to be able to go to someone and be like, I can hear every single one of your thoughts. Like, no, you can like figure out what they're thinking. You can figure out what their higher self is thinking, what their higher self might want to say to them, what their guardian angels or their spirit team might want to say to them. So people might become better channelers, like tarot card readers. There's like a ton of them now on YouTube and everywhere. Like, you know, people are connecting to their intuition more, but, you know, those that have been kind of honing in on their intuition and working on those skill sets, you know, like the universe likes to gift and bring through ideas through people who have that skill or ability. So, you know, all those scientists, Tesla and Einstein and so on and so forth, that had those ideas, they put themselves in a state where they can channel ideas, and they got those specific ideas that made big breakthroughs in technology and science and innovation, because they were in that field. They studied science in their life. So obviously they were going to understand these ideas and make it happen. So those who have already been in their spiritual line of work, or been practicing their intuition and practicing these skills, they're going to be the ones that spirit brings these intuitive gifts into. Does that make sense? But it's not just like for spiritual people. It's for people in like every single line of work, you know. I'm hearing like it's not important to help another person. It's important to kind of help them help themselves. You know, like it's not for you to do other people's work. You're there to guide them, like how you would have liked to be guided when you started at this journey, because you didn't really have anyone. You had to kind of like search out mentors, search out teachers, teach yourself, meditate and listen to spirit. They also need to do the same. They need to figure out how they connect to spirit. They need to figure out, you know, what works for them, what doesn't work for them, figuring out their own discernment skills, which you can't teach. You can't just turn that on for someone. You have to like allow them to kind of figure it out. You know, you can guide them, you can show what works for you, you can kind of teach them here and there, but they have to figure it out on their own. But yeah, it's not just in the spiritual line of work, because intuition helps any kind of business or any line of work or any kind of life work that you want to do in this lifetime. You know, some people, they're just like, yeah, you know, I love giving advice to my friends. People always come to me for that. I love matchmaking people. Like I just happen to find the right people. I love matching people at work with the right position. It just work. It's just natural to me. You know, I have a knack for figuring out what people are good at or what special skills they have. You know, some people are really, really good at making other people feel better about themselves. Yeah. like through affirmations, real focused, individualized attention. I think that's a lot. A lot of us are kind of drowning from the lack of that from the generation above us and the generation above them, which were our parents and their grandparents. There's a cycle of that. So there's a lot of work for us to be doing, and a lot of new job opportunities coming through for people. So, you know, if you've been just kind of authentic to yourself and have been kind of just researching and working, even if it's on your own, on as a side thing, or just with your friends and family, your special skills that you like doing, that you have a knack at, guess what? You're going to have a gift come through from the universe. It's actually something you've already worked on in past lifetimes, or that's been like passed through you, through your DNA or through your bloodline, or through your star family. These skill sets and knowledge base that you've already kind of acquired through other lifetimes, that's going to be brought down to you. Okay. Grasshopper, situations in the balance that may require careful handling. So the thing with this is that you know, we're still human, and people have like, look how many people have mishandled good ideas that have been downloaded, you know, like it's kind of funny because there are intuitive people who work in this line of work. There are psychics, or there are tarot card readers, Reiki practitioners, or anything out there. There's bad seeds in any industry, right? Including the spiritual one. And it's just like, you know, some people don't mind compromising their morals, or it's not even their morals. Like, they might not even have that high morals, but, you know, yeah, they not even just like the general morals that we have as a collective, but that they don't mind skipping over, but their own morals they don't mind, and their moral threshold might be much lower than the collectives. They don't mind even just skipping over that for the sake of a few bucks, you know, so, or for the sake of power or fame or whatever they're after, right? So it's just kind of like a test and trial period where like spirit, like, you know how like spirit is, there's an idea that's ready to come onto the planet, like maybe 2 or 3 different, like for example with the scientist example, like 2 or 3 scientists from around the world might get the same idea, and it's just like whoever brings it into the world faster, into the collective faster, is the one that gets the credit for it. And they're like, oh well, this person copied their idea. It's like, no, they're from 2 different parts of the world and they have no connection with each other. That's gonna be harder to prove in a world where we're all connected by the internet, but I feel like it's like, obviously most light workers are going to take this and know what to do with it and kind of figure it out. You know, that's why Spirit has so many light workers. Take your chances. Casket, someone is going out of your life, or the end of a situation. Another energy I'm getting is that, like, although those that are watching this reading, and, you know, if you're a light worker and if you've done the work, you're not going to abuse the idea. The worst you can do is not take the idea and do something with it, right? That's like the worst, right? Like when you enter 5D energies, like you're no longer can be like, you're protected. You can no longer be harassed by dark energies. You can't, you're not going to be really fooled by them, at least hopefully. But when you're in those higher energy states, like they can't even come around you. You can't touch you, right? They can't influence you. You can only do that to yourself. So obviously most people are gonna, like 99.999% are going to be very excited. It's like a wish granted. You've always wanted to be able to become more of an expert or a master in that skill set, or that topic, that genre, whatever. And so this is your chance to do it. And it's going to be very exciting for you to kind of dive into something that you're already so passionate about and so interested in, right? And that you've already done a lot of work in already. But it does come with the understanding that as you step into this new 5D life, which starts out with a bang excitement and connecting to this really highly spiritual gift coming online, which you might be able to start seeing the cool things. You might be able to start seeing aura or colors differently, or you might be able to see the spirit of plants and trees, and maybe you'll be able to connect with past or loved ones or interdimensional beings more easily, or whatever it is. Like, I do feel like everyone's gonna get like a different thing that's unique to you, but the one thing that might be the same is a lot of people, places, and things that no longer resonate with you. Because if you're going into this 5D energy, and that's what this is, they're leaving your life. And it's like whatever has been kind of not resonating with you, old habits, time to kick those old habits that don't work with you, lifestyles that don't work with you, surroundings, environments, people, land, neighborhoods, situations, work, even family and friends. You might be putting up strong boundaries or going no contact or setting up some sort of system that works better for you. Your relationship with money and material things. And you might be surprised to hear this, but it's not going away. It's not becoming negative. It's actually becoming better. Your relationship with money and material things. That's evolving and becoming more abundant, but higher quality. But I think the most surprising thing, but not surprising, but because you've been probably expecting this and probably have been setting up these things, probably getting a lot of sign synchronicities that this is what's happening and you should prepare, and you have been preparing, is a lot of things in your 3D life aren't coming with you into your 5D life, or not yet. And you have to be prepared for that. You probably are prepared for that by now. This is it. This is when it's happening. From October to November, you know. Okay, so we're going to go into the last and final energy, which, I mean, I might look at the full moon at the very, very end, but I'm more interested in Pluto. So we had Pluto in Aquarius, January. So it went back into Capricorn, Pluto, twice over the last few years, right? And it went back into Capricorn for one last time this year until it goes into Aquarius fully for the next, like, I think 18 years. So I kind of wanted to see what this energy in October is compared to beginning of this year and what's coming up. So the energy now with Pluto going direct, about to start an adventure. Loss. Okay, so I'm getting like there's like a little bit more draining out of whatever 3D energy. I've been kind of saying that, like, oh, don't be surprised, like, if you kind of like start, like, things start like breaking down, and you might have less money in your bank account, or you're making less money this year if you have clients or your business, or you know, you didn't get that bonus this year, or you didn't have that best quarter, or, you know, like business was kind of slow wherever you were working. Maybe not being able to afford as much, having less money in your wallet, you know, that kind of thing. But also like little things, like maybe you might have broke one of your electronics and you're like, I don't know if I can afford another one at this time, or, you know, you lost your favorite sweater, or you, like, you know, ripped your favorite sweater, and it's just like, oh, I had that sweater for so long, you know, but it represents like a lot of the energies you've had in the past decade or two. if you have lower quality items in your home, or quality or items that like represent a lot of 3D memories, or like 3D energies that no longer resonate with you, they might start breaking, or you might start losing them. And you might be like, oh no, I had this for a long time, I loved it. But don't be shocked. Don't be surprised. Like, okay, if these things start breaking, you start losing them, or if you don't know how you're going to replace these things yet, or, you know, you're doing so well, eating healthy, going for a lot of day trips, hiking trips, and you're like, I don't know if I can afford all those day trips anymore. I don't have the time or the money. I don't have, I can't afford the best, you know, save the trees toilet paper anymore. Like, you know, whatever crazy thing that you were buying that was like, not crazy, but like, it's just like, you know, more green that you could afford. At this time, like, time to come back. I know, like, from all like my like richest friends and people I know, to like the poorest, like everyone's making cutbacks. Everyone, every single person. That makes sense, and that adds up with this energy, which I feel like is about, we got family sorrow here, and mice, discord among friends and family. So you could probably expect at this time that there's gonna be a lot of falling out with family and friends, because of how you're moving out of 3D into 5D officially, fully now. You know, you've kind of made your peace with it and you're ready. For a lot of people, if not you, maybe other light workers that you know, or some of your spiritual friends. But some people are are having this kind of feeling with their work. Maybe you've worked with a lot of people that you're really close to, or your neighbors. Maybe you've been living where you are for such a long time, something like that. But I feel like for most of you, it is family and friends that feel like family, people who are close to you. That might be the most surprising thing, but Spirit is saying like everything physical that's leaving your life right now is being replaced with a higher quality version, a higher frequency version, a 5D version. So that's the energy of October, which kind of like, I know it sucks. I know it feels like it sucks. It's like I remember like, I knew like September, October, and November were going to be kind of difficult. And so I kind of like prepared things for these few months. And I was kind of in it. I'm like, you know, like this kind of sucks today, or this kind of sucks this week. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait till this is over with. And I'm like, wait, I knew this was going to happen. Oh, wait, I'm right in the middle of it. This is the suckiest part of the energy. Like, oh, okay. Like being aware of it sometimes makes it better. So you can just like work through it. But like, yeah, we're in the suckiest period. We're in the suckiest energy right now. So don't worry, it's going to just get better. And like, you're probably so good at it now that you can learn, you've kind of like prepared for it. Like everything, all the events that I've had around this time frame, I'm like, oh, like I know exactly how it's gonna go, and it went exactly as I predicted and imagined. And it's like, what did I expect? It's exactly what I thought how it was going to happen. Not completely the worst, but not completely the best. And like, it's just moving out old energy, moving it out. So like, you probably at this point got it down to a science, you know. So being aware of how these last events are going to go for you in your 3D life, as you wrap up the cycle, as you do the review of your old cycle, as you look into the future and what you're getting excited about, all the new things coming in. You're also kind of releasing money, things, physical things, material things that are in your life, people, which is the main thing. And this is really, really, it feels like it's a really heavy energy, but you've had practice the last few years, so it doesn't feel that heavy, and it's so close. Okay, so how is that different from earlier this year, and where are we going later this year? Wheel of Fortune. So we can see that we've been kind of prepared for this. So I feel like in the beginning of this year, like there's a lot of heavy energies and you're doing a lot of heavy inner work, but you didn't know where it was going necessarily. You knew something was going to happen this year, but you weren't sure exactly what. And that's kind of that's for everyone. Even if you're the most psychic, highly intuitive person, you don't know what the heck is going to go on the rest of this year. Even if you're like a normie who has no idea about anything that's going on and just following the crowd and a complete sheep, you definitely didn't know that these changes were happening. But I'm just saying, like, every single person, the best astrologers out there, the best psychics out there, the best trend seekers, the best like the best folks who in politics who can foresee like the energies in the political arena, the people who study weather, the people who study climate patterns, people who talk about this in their professional careers about what's going to happen at the end of this year into next year. No one knows. Absolutely no one knows. And I can say with that with 100% absolute certainty. No one actually freaking knows. Even the people who have that machine where you can look into the future, they don't even know. You know? There's so much in between. There's so much that happens in between the big events. No one can know for sure. Everything, if you look at it outside of time, everything has already happened, and everything that will be has already happened. But at the same time, we create this life, so it's like it's a mix of both. So there might be main events that might be like secured in the timeline, but no one really knows what's going to happen around it. No one, even whoever said that they can predict with absolute certainty, they don't know. Even the best channelers in the spiritual realm, they don't know. They give their best guess, or the energies that they channel give their point of view, their agenda, and how their collective sees it. No one knows. All right? So like, don't go like freaking out because you think this is going to happen or that's going to happen. No one knows. You can still manifest. Like we're still making it. Parts of it. Ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. And lobster. Financial pinch. Okay. So I feel like what happened in the beginning of this year is like you kind of knew that if you're single, that you're going to find your soulmate. I've been preaching this since 5 years ago when I started my twin flame readings, that around this time is when people will match with their divine counterparts, because you're going into 5D now, and that's the energy of your divine counterpart. It's 5D energy. So if you didn't already know that, here you go. Here's the information. And also that you might be at a financial pinch, which is at this time that's coming in, but you are always going to be taken care of. Don't worry, you're going to be fine. But you probably expected a little bit of a financial pinch as you made some transition, maybe with your work or with your living situation, with your relationships, or whatever it is. Okay, and then what's coming up at the end of this year in regards to this Pluto energy? Okay, 9 of Wands. Finally, stop. You don't have to stop. You don't have to work so hard anymore. Play. A lot of opportunities are going to come in for you to just play. We saw that with the Page of Cups coming in around now. And it's going to continue in November and December. And I kept mentioning that, like, oh, this is where light workers get to have fun. Finally, however long you've been kind of working, doing this inner work, divide that by 7, and that's the amount of time you're going to have to just play and relax and be at bliss before you get started on your soul mission. So if you've been working on it for 7 years, prepare for like a year of just having fun, settling into the 5D energies before you kind of have to get going on your soul mission. It's been 7 months. Prepare for like a month of just total bliss and just relaxing. So it depends on different things. Lily, spiritual love. Oh, how cute. And Stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. So we saw that a marriage will take place either in romantic or business, and financial pinch. And so you saw that at the beginning of the year that something was going to change with your work, something was going to change with your love situation, and something was going to change with your financial situation. And we see that coming in, new business opportunity or news of a birth. So, and spiritual love. So we get to see that by the end of this year, you're bringing those energies in. Specifically right now, your intuitive gift is becoming stronger, like full blown, door wide open, stronger. Like, I don't know if you know what to expect. I can't describe it in words. But it's gonna come on like full blast, very, very strong. It's like completely leaving. I got the Eight of Cups here. It's like completely leaving. It's the reality, like your life is going to change so significantly from the spiritual gift coming online or coming on stronger for you, or whatever this special gift, talent, ability, and knowledge base that you're getting downloaded or getting access to is so, so powerful that your life is never gonna be the same. And you're most likely, your soul mission or whatever you do for your business or work or how you help others, charity, is that you do after this time is going to be obviously related to your spiritual gift. And news of a birth and a business opportunity. So not only are you going to find spiritual love in terms of stronger connection to your intuition, your oversoul, but also with your romantic partner, also with work and business, and possibly even like birthing a new business or having children, and or like birthing a new community or birthing a new company, whatever. So you can see that these energies were coming in strongly for you in the beginning of the year, and they're playing out by the end of the year. So this is going to go into 2025 very strong, very beautifully. It's going to be kind of very exciting to see how that goes. Okay, and then lastly, as promised, so this is going to be energy for the kind of Pluto is the full moon in Aries. But yeah, I kind of wanted to look at that Pluto transit just because, yeah, spiritual gifts, lovers, something coming in with a person. It could be a soul family that leads to a soulmate. It could be a business partner and soulmate. It could be a best friend that leads you to a soulmate. It could be, it just feels like, or it could be your soulmate that comes in and, that you, I feel like whoever comes in is going through the same energies. Because at this point, it's like whoever's going to 5D, the 5D timeline. All right, so the full moon in Aries with the Cardinal Grand Cross is crazy. Okay. Anything we need to know about that? What can manifest for you at that time? Yeah, an opportunity coming in. And an opportunity coming in. Four of Pentacles. And the Strength card twice. I was like kind of thinking, like, what is the Strength card talking about? And I'm getting that it gives you more stability and security. So I feel like it's the same opportunity. So it kind of comes in with when Pluto goes direct all the way up until the full moon in Aries. So about like that, we have the 1010 portal today. I'm recording this on the 1010 portal. So between now, the 1010 portal, and then the full moon kind of has an effect for like a day or two afterwards. So from like the 10th to the 20th, I feel like a lot of folks can expect a really, really profound, big opportunity coming in for you that alleviates a lot of anxiety, stress, or concerns you had about some sort of stability and security in your life. And for most of you, that's going to be financial. For others of you, it can be like work. And some of you can be relationships or people that can give you love and support. So that is what's coming in around this time frame. Eagle, triumph over troubles, obstacles. Yeah, so I do feel like it's like a really, it's a big deal that you're getting this. It really puts your mind at ease. It gives you so much peace. It feels like, oh, everything's going to be okay now. Whatever situation is coming in that's giving you so much relief and feeling like I don't have to worry about that anymore. That's safe, that's secure, that's stable. And bird, perch, waiting for news, package, or letter. So the eagle and the bird here, triumph over troubles, obstacles. So we can definitely see that big things are happening. Yeah. In October, you can see these opportunities come in. These are big opportunities because these are big energies. So yeah, we had the eclipse season finishing off, which kind of was like finish. It's like eclipse seasons kind of make big changes in your life, right? They either give you information that was like so life changing that kind of changes everything. Oh my goodness, yeah, okay. I That's so funny. I kind of just realized what the eclipse energy was for me. I was planning to move somewhere, and let's just say I can't move there anymore. Yeah. And that was like a huge shock because I was like preparing for it for like a long time, for months. So that's wow. But I know why too. That's crazy. Yeah, so you might have gotten that kind of feeling too, like you want to make decisions or plan ahead, but you're kind of like, and you might have been asked to like, oh, you need to take action, do whatever you feel like. Yeah, look into it if you want, but like you're gonna get the information when you're supposed to get it, so it's gonna change everything anyway. So whatever you plan might not be happening because better situations or better opportunities might be coming in, or people, places, and things that might influence your decision, these big decisions. So if you got that feeling, yeah, you just had to wait for the energies to come through, you know? And if you did research and stuff, it's because there's like you're being kind of a crazy person. You don't want to sit still. You want to feel like you're moving forward, and so you're doing all this stuff. But it was going to happen, divine timing, at this time, October, this fall season, 2024 anyway. So you know, aren't you glad that you kind of kept yourself busy? Because you would have gone insane if we didn't keep you busy otherwise. But yeah, the new moon eclipse. So we're going to do a little summary of the reading. The eclipse energies was bringing together all the information and places and things. I'm getting like it was external, like things outside of you. So we had the other eclipse earlier this year. We had an eclipse in September and now in October. So these were things getting aligned outside of you. So spirit was lining up things outside of you, and it was coming to you in the form of information for most of you. Because I felt like you want to like get things going, especially light workers. This is your go time. This is like your season. This is your decade. This is your era of coming into your own and doing your soul mission. Like this is your time, right? You're stepping into it. So you might be feeling like I want to do things. I did enough inner work this year, but then things were happening for you and you just had to allow that to happen, and you're uncomfortable doing that because you're so used to doing everything for yourself. But yeah, things were happening for you. The universe is working for you. You need to get used to the universe working for you and other folks and energies and opportunities working for you. So you have to get kind of used to that. And then Pluto going direct, big energy here. You're getting a huge opportunity, and that energy kind of lasts until the full moon in Aries. So we have like about like a week and a half here where a lot of light workers are going to get like an opportunity of a lifetime, or like a step in the door, like the first opportunity in the line of many, or the first opportunity that gives you a chance to start this whole new path, this whole new cycle for yourself. around this time frame. Very, very auspicious. Very, very good energy. Strength card. Something that gives you stability. Something that gives you peace. Something that gets you very excited. Something that you know that is going to grow. And that is just like the first step. Yeah, and it comes to you. It comes in when you're ready. You don't have to do anything. You did so much. Stop trying to do everything. It's coming to you. Okay. And then we have the energy of the 10-day portal from the 21st to the 30th, which is when you're probably going to get your intuitive abilities online. It's going to be crazy for different people. You know, I stuck to mostly the spiritual things, but it could be like you become like a dang good swimmer, or you know how to like work a boat and you never knew how to in your life, or very little knowledge about that or something, or whatever, anything. It's just, you just zone in on something that you never knew you had an interest in, or that you were really had a knack for, or something that you have been working on for a very long time, and it just comes in more powerfully. And that is more likely the case for most people. It's like, it's whatever you're interested in and have been working on. But for very few people, you're probably going to get like some sort of crazy natural ability come online that you never even like thought of, didn't know existed, weren't even really interested in, didn't even know was a thing, or never really paid attention to and never really noticed before, come online and be really good and gifted at it. But that's very, very few people. For most people, it's going to be some things that you've been interested in, that you've been working on for a very, very long time, and getting the opportunity from source energy to be like, hey, are you going to be the one that implements this idea, this new structure, this new method, this new gift? I'm getting the gift to help others with their gift, like gifts, the gift that keeps on giving, because it's like gifts that, yeah, that brings in more gifts, if that makes sense. But at the same time, it aligns with, even though you're bringing in love, you're bringing in your romantic partner, if you're single, or bringing in working with your divine counterpart, if you're already in a connection with them, stronger and better at this time. You're also releasing a lot of people from the 3D that you have been prepared for. So this is not something, if this is new information to you, it's not happening for you. This is for people who have been working on that, have been guided and had hints and signs like crazy for a long time now, have been preparing for it for a long time now, that you're going to have a period of time where it might be difficult, that you're releasing a lot of 3D folks. All right, and then finally, it was the energy of Pluto going into Aquarius, and that energy is just amazing. It started off the beginning of this year, like, I feel like love is coming in, feeling like something's happening with my business or work situation, and I feel like, don't know why, but I feel like Spirit's gonna put me through the ringer again financially, with my financial investments or my business, or literally the money in my bank account, or something like that. For most people, it's being in a financial pinch. And that's just because the old 3D energies are draining, and some of that is attached to your money, or the way that you are banking, or the kind of banking systems you are in. You know, it doesn't have to be, but for some of you, your 3D money energy is connected to your actual physical money, or your credit cards, or your bank account, or something like that, which is going through a transition, an upgrade. It's not going away. You're not going to be poor. You're going to be taken care of. But it's going through a transition, an upgrade. And you felt that energy in the beginning of the year, but had no idea, doing intense inner work, but having no idea where it's going to lead. Then we have now, you know, loss of family or discord among friends and family, because there's a lot of crazy things going on right now. A lot of people are waking up, and a lot of people are discovering truths, and a lot of people are going through a confused state. And a lot of energy reports I did in the beginning of this year talked about, you know, making, you know, you're going to have to be okay. You're going to have to be okay, and know that this is happening for their highest and best good, that you're not meant to jump into it and solve everyone's problems. That's not your role. In fact, you might do some more harm than help. Only if someone comes to you individually and asks for help and advice or guidance, and you are in the energy to be able to give that to them, should you do that. But you're not going to have too many of those come through. And if they do, it's going to be individually and they're going to ask for it. So don't just throw yourself in situations if it's not called for, unless you feel like, you're being asked to step in here. But yeah, as those energies are draining, and this is just the worst part of this. This is just the worst part of this transition. And then we are here. And the funny thing is, this isn't the worst part of the transition. I feel like the last 2 years, to be honest, was the worst part of this transition. This is just kind of kicking that out, because okay, I had the last 2 years to remind me of how sucky that was. Now in October, you're kicking that all out. So it doesn't suck as much, but it's still kind of like having to deal with it one last time, or having to see it one last time, review it one last time, and to send it off. It's bittersweet. It's oh yeah, well, it's not the worst of this experience, but to have to deal with it one more time is kind of annoying. But isn't it exciting that you're getting through this? And then finally in November 19th is when Pluto goes into Aquarius, and that's when we finally start to see 5D life. So if you're feeling it this October, it's not the worst it's been. The last couple of years have been the worst. Getting to this place where it's finally getting kicked out, and you needed that energy to completely drain, or mostly drain, in order to bring this new energy in. And so that's what's happening. Not to say that there isn't anything else to release from your 3D life that didn't work for you, but you have cleared out enough of it now at this point that you can start bringing in really big 5D things, especially things that are going to help you set up your new 5D life. All right, beautiful light worker, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day and beautiful rest of the year. Much love and light.